Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from 6th group. Will deliver about take for lecturer in Indonesia. Before we are going to start our presentation, I will introduce ourselves. My name is Violita Febyana. Second is Nur Candra O. The third is Mailani Pratiwi. The fourth is Tyas, Fitria, Savira, and the last is Sekar Ayuningtyas. The definition is teacher's code of ethics is a norm of or participle that must be implemented by teachers in Indonesia as a guide to behave in carrying out their professional duties as educator, members of society, and citizens. The guidelines are expected to be able to distinguish the good or bad behavior of a teacher, sorting out what can and should not be done while carrying out their duties as an educator. The existence of this code of ethics aims to position the teachers as a person who is honorable, noble, and dignified. The main function of the teacher code of ethics is to become a set of normal principles and norms. Next, the purpose. There are four of purpose. The first is to uphold the dignity of the profession. In this case, the code of ethics can safeguard the views and impression of outsider or society so that they do not underestimate the profession concerned. The second is to maintain welfare. What is meant by well-being includes both mental well-being. In the case of the birth welfare of members of the professional, the code of ethics generally contains prohibition on members of committing in actions that are detrimental to the welfare of its member. And the third is to increase the dedication of the members of the profession. For members of the profession, they can easily find out the duties and responsibilities of their service in carrying out their duties. Therefore, the code of ethics formulates provisions that need to be carried out by members of the profession in carrying out their duties. The fourth is to improve the quality of the profession. To improve the quality of the profession, the code of ethics also contains norms and recommendations so that members of the profession always try to improve the quality of service of their member. The last is to improve the quality of professional organization. It is obligatory for each member to actively participate in fostering professional organization and activities designing by the organization. The next will be continued by Nur Candra.
Okay, the implementation, teacher professional organization and all of teachers in Indonesia are responsible for implementing the Indonesian Teacher Code of Ethics. They are also responsible to socializing the Indonesian Teacher Code of Ethics. Jadi setiap guru harus saling mengingatkan juga, saling mensosialisasikan ke sesama guru untuk mematuhi kode etik sebagai guru di Indonesia. Next, violation and sanction or punishment. The definition of violation here is deviant behavior, and if there is a teacher who does not implement the Indonesian Teacher Code of Ethics, teacher who do not implement or behave deviating from the Indonesian Teacher Code of Ethics will get punishment in accordance with the regulation. Punishment atau sanksi yang diberikan akan disesuaikan dengan pelanggaran yang dilakukan oleh guru tersebut. Sesuai dengan pelanggaran yang dilakukan, baik itu pelanggaran yang ringan atau sedang atau yang merupakan pelanggaran yang berat. Kemungkinan terburuknya dari sanksi yang diberikan itu bisa pemecatan dari profesi guru. In Indonesia, there is Dewan Kehormatan Guru Indonesia that imposing punishment against teacher who violate the code of ethics. Hence, if anyone know that some teachers have violated the code of ethics, they can tell the Dewan Kehormatan Guru Indonesia or the teacher professional organization. Therefore, every teacher, including foreign workers who work as a teacher in Indonesia, must practice and follow the Indonesian Teacher Code of Ethics. Next will be continued by Maila.
Okay, the next is UMA Lecture Code of Ethics, and the definitions of Lecture Code of Ethics is a system of written professional norms, values, and rules that clearly states what is true and what is not true for university lectures. And the next, and there are scope. The first, this lecture code of ethics is applied to all lectures in the UMY environment, including permanent foundation lectures, employed conference lectures, and contract lectures. And the second, the lecture code of ethics includes the attitude and behavior of the lecturers in carry out their obligation in relations to self and family, university, fellow lecturers, educational staff, college students, Muhammadiyah life, social life, and state life. And the next, ethics of lectures against the university is every lecturer must uphold the principle, visions, missions, and goals of the university. Every lecturer is obligated to live up to and practice the Chatu Dharma of higher education. The first, lecture ethics in education and teaching. Teach sincerely and responsibly for quality teachings, honest full of dedications and responsible in carrying their duties. Be fair and sincere in providing academic service to college students. Demonstrate attitudes and behaviors that should be used as role models for students, and lecturers are required to provide guidance needed by students in order to smooth the completion of his studies. And the second, lecturers ethic in research. Be serious in carry out research, behave ethic analytically and critically. Take serious care in maintaining academic ability and progress in the disciplines, respective sciences, so that they can keep abreast of the directions of scientific and technological developments, and uphold scientific truth and honesty and refrain from actions which violate the norms of the scientific community. Respect academic freedom, scientific freedom, and scientific autonomy, and have a spirit of independence and the ability to continuously improve quality. The next is lecture ethic in the field of community service. Able to work synergistically with lecturers from various disciplines and cross-sectoral partners, respect for community participation in establishing service programs. Do not impose will on society, placing students are partners who still need a learning process society and can provide enlightenment and improve community welfare and benefit for all academicians. And the last lecture, obligations in the field of character development, making faith and monotheism in Allah the source of all life activity, emulate the behavior of the Prophet Muhammad in practicing noble morals, carry out worship as well as possible in accordance with the guidance of the Prophet Muhammad, saying and responding to world life actively and positively, have an Islamic word others and avoiding acts of corruption, collusions, and nepotism and other bad practices. And the next is Tyas.
The next is lecturer's ethic to another lecturer and education staff. The lecturer must be respectful to others without looking down at their position and social status, but also have to move together to aim the same goals. They must have the sense of unity oneness, and solidarity. And they have to keep their pride higher so no one will look down on them. They have to avoid any conflict. Then the lecturer's ethic against their pupils. The lecturer must focus on developing pupils' quality by giving them a good academic services, but also be fair and not discriminate them. They have to be independent so they would not used by their pupils and not using their pupils to gain a certain benefit. Moreover, they have to try to be a role model for their pupils that can be trusted and be truthful. They also have to avoid any conflict. The next one is about lecturers' ethic in Muhammadiyah environment. They must promote the Muhammadiyah movement so it can be on the top and powerful in any sector, but also practice and apply its culture and be try to be the role model of a good Muslim and good Muhammadiyah peoples that trusted and responsible on what is their right and their job. They must have a sense of reform so they can uphold the morals. And the next one will be presented by Sekar.
Lecturers ethic in community environment. So the lecturers is not only have the ethics from only in academic environment, but also in their community environment too. Then the first is lecturers should respect for all Indonesian citizens. Then lecturers should creating a life pattern that is harmony with the society, with their society. Then the lecturers develops an attitudes of empathy, respect, and courtesy. And then teachers should responsive to the community environment. And then the lecturers should improve their community welfare in carrying out the tasks. And then the last is lecturers should passionate in educating students' life in their community environment. Lecturers' ethic in the state. Lecturers also have the ethic for us for being the citizen in the state. Therefore, there are lecturers should faithful to Pancasila and UUD 1945 and lifting the dignity of the nation and our state. And then lecturers also should maintain the unity and integrity of the nation and state. And then lecturers prioritizing the interests of the nation and state above personal and group interests. Next is lecturers comply with applicable laws and regulation. And the last is lecturers should accountable in carrying out duties and properly, clean and with dignity. The next is lecturers obligation and enforcement. So lecturers ethics in lecturers obligation in ethic is lecturers carry out education, research, and community service to community. And then lecturers planning, implementing the learning process, as well assess and evaluate learning outcomes. And then lecturers improve and develop academic qualification and competence continuously in line with development of science, technology, and arts. Then lecturers also acting objectively and not on the basis of discrimination for social, economic, and then the different pattern in Indonesia too. And then lecturers upholding statutory regulation, laws, and a code of ethics, as well as religious and ethical values. And the last is lecturers maintain the cultivative, the unity and integrity of the nation. The next slide is lecturer ethics enforcement. So in UMY, itself, if there's a violation of lectures ethics, this violation is reported to dekan or wakil dekan 1, and if that is minor violation, the lecturer will get the warnings. But if the lecturers do the serious violation, so the wakil dekan or dekan will conducting senate meetings, then conducting plenary meetings to find solution, and issuing a rector's decree. Jadi so first wakil dekan or dekan will make rapat senat, and then after rapat senat they will conduct rapat pleno to find the solution and push the rektorat to make rector's decree atau surat keputusan rektor. After all of this presentation, thank you for your attention, and keep healthy, and don't forget to asking some question if you were confused of these materials. So thank you.